Morning YouTubers. I thought I'd start this video outside this morning and show you where we propagate our moss and other various plants that my husband does. So this is a propagation unit, and it's up nice and high on blocks so we can easily stand and look at it. This is the moss that we've collected down the river, and this is the older moss, so you can see it's getting quite long in places, and that down there is the younger moss, and then those are just some cuttings that my husband's doing for me. So this is on automatic watering system. It comes on 10 times a day for 1 minute, so that's 10 hours for 1 minute each hour. That's because it's a summer now. This time of the year we need to give it a lot more moisture. So yeah, so I thought I'd show you that. And then, you know, my moss dies or dries out in the house, I just bring it out here and rejuvenate it. If it doesn't, I throw it away and I get a fresh bit. So, and it's all free. That's the best bit. So anyway, that's the propagation tank. I'll go back in the house now and show you some more orchids. Just thought I'd show you these. I planted up these last night with some succulents because I'm getting into succulents as well. So I know they're not orchid related, but I do like them. And they're just under this stand where I've got some other plants at the moment. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get to the orchids. So I'm filming from outside, got the doors open, got that fan going, get a nice bit of air movement around them. It's quite humid and warm today, so I like to give them plenty of air movement. We'll go in closer for a closer look. So all the phalaenopsis are doing well. That's my latest one with lovely pale pink with a beige centre. This phalaenopsis, this white one, which is really lovely, is a friend of mine's. She's asked me to look after it while she's on holiday, and she's got it planted in a glass planter pot, which she's got gorgeous roots in it, so she's done really well with that. And her daughter bought her, I don't know if you can see it, that one in the background there, for Christmas. That's just still in its plastic pot, but I've stood it in that terracotta pot with holes in, and I'll explain about those holes later, just to give it some stability. The others are doing well. The one that was not very well, sick one, which was that one, he's still got a floppy leaf, but the roots are doing really well now, and he's got some buds coming there, so that's really good. The mounts, this one's still sat there doing nothing. That's a cattleya. That one down there still got a nice new growth pushing out, and that's another cattleya. Dendrobium's just stood still. I don't know what to do with that dendrobium. I might take it to the orchid meeting in February and ask if I've done the right thing by putting it on that mount, or whether I should have kept it, because it was in potting compost when I got it, so maybe I shouldn't have put it on a mount. And the other one is this, I think this one's an Oncidium. Yeah, Oncidium Sturbic fulbacea cross. That one's doing really well, except for I dropped it the other day and I broke the mount. But my husband remounted it, or put another bit of stuff on for me, and I don't think I did any damage to the plant. He seems very happy on that mount. Yeah, so I'm not too worried about that one. So the mini phals are doing good. That's them there. So the yellow one's just sort of going over a bit now, dropping a few buds, but the white one and the purpley one in the background's doing well. The frags, or paths, I'm not sure what these are called, Pathliopedilums I think, are doing well. They're all coming on nicely. Got some cattleyas. Now I decided to put all the cattleyas in, or all my other orchids, apart from the Phalaenopsis obviously, which are in waterculture. I've potted them into terracotta pots. One, for stability, and I'll explain that in a minute, and two, because I think they do look quite attractive. I had this one arrive in a pot with holes in, and I thought they looked a bit more natural. So all of them's gone into terracotta pots. So we'll go around the other side now and have a look from there. So the light's not going to be so good this side, but this oncidium here, which is called Wildcat, when I got this one, it was very wobbly in its pot, and it was just in a plastic pot. And here is the flower spike from it, and I'll explain about those Phalaenopsis in a minute, but there's the flower spike from it, and it was very, like I say, very wobbly in its pot. So I thought, oh, every time I moved it, it wobbled about, and I thought it's obviously not doing the plant any good. So I took it out of its pot, and it had hardly any roots. Now I bought this from one of the biggest suppliers that I know of in New Zealand, that supplies to the public anyway. I mean, I'm sure there's others that supply to the outlet, retail stores, etc. And I wasn't really happy. I didn't think it was a very good quality plant. So anyway, I took photographs of it, repotted it into a much smaller pot, also stabilised it with some broken bits of stake there to keep it stable. And I phoned up one of my orchid pals, and he advised me to cut the flower spike off to give the plant a chance to recover. So I did that, much to my disgust, because I don't like cutting the flower spikes off unless it's absolutely necessary. But it's lasted a while. It's been in there a week, so it's not doing too bad. Anyway, on the same subject, I ordered some some Phalaenopsis, young Phalaenopsis from the same nursery. I'll just take that flower spike out a second so we can have a look at them. Stick it in there. So here they are. Now, not impressed, to be honest. This one, when it came, I'll take it out and show you. The roots are pathetic. I mean, look at that. It's not good at all. I'm not impressed at all with that root system. I had to cut quite a few dead ones off. Once again, it was in rather a large pot full of really, really wet sphagnum moss, which I understand they probably wet it to send it. That's fair enough. But it just wasn't good enough. And this one should put out a couple of little green shoots in just the week that I've had it. Bit better root system, but, not that impressive. So anyway, I wrote to them, and this leaf was broken, which is fine. I accept some things happen in transit. It's not always to get these plants to us in a reasonable shape. But this had a split leaf, and I'm sure that didn't happen in transit. Anyway, I sent them an email. Anyway, I didn't have a response for a while, and then I did have a response a couple of days ago, and fair enough to them. They've, come to the party, as they say, and they are going to replace this phal here, and they're going to send me a replacement of this oncidium, which I haven't received yet, so I'll let you guys know what happens about that. But there was a time I would never have complained. I would have just accepted it. But, I thought, you know what, they are one of the biggest suppliers to the public in New Zealand that I am aware of. Therefore, they should have better quality control, I think. So anyway, I'll keep you posted on what I receive as a replacement for those. What else is new? Oh, I've started putting things in clay pots, and I watched Oliver's greenhouse video on how to drill these clay pots yourself, because I received that one in the post as a I ordered that one on a local auction, and the chap sent it in that clay pot, and I liked all the roots coming out, and it's obviously very happy in that pot. So I thought, oh, I wonder if I can drill my own clay pots. So I got a load of clay pots, and my first attempt, my husband showed me how to do it. This is my friend's orchid, like I said, that I'm looking after. It's not planted in there, it's just in there for stability, because it's, you know, it's in those plastic pots that they come in. If you just bear with me a minute, I'll just answer that phone. Right, where was I? Oh yes, this pot. So anyway, we ordered the drill bits online, and they came a few days ago, and my husband's drilled 1 or 2 holes, and then he showed me how to do it, and I drilled the rest. So I've put them sort of evenly spaced around the pot, and I'm really pleased with that. So I may well get round to drilling some of the other ones down there, or I may not. I don't know, but at least I know how to do it now, and it's easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So I might drill some more and see how they go. Right, the other thing is dendrobiums. They're all right. I mean, this one's still got his lovely flowers, still looking really nice. It does drop a leaf every now and then, like that one there. That leaf there is going a bit yellow, and it'll drop it. But I don't know, is that normal for dendrobiums? Oh, there you go, that one's come off. So I think it is, because a lot of the dendrobiums I see are quite bald, and they've got bare sort of stems, so I'm hoping that's normal. This one here is flowered again. This is a pretty one, nice little pretty one, and it's got a beautiful smell, and that's looking really healthy. I'm really pleased with that one. But apart from that, I think that's all really. Any more updates? I'm still doing my little mini little gardens with the, well, I've started collecting some of the succulents. So I'm doing little mini gardens, and there's the succulent. They all came in the post, by the way. I mean, and they are very delicate, and the chap really did wrap them well in tissue, wet tissue, damp tissue, and put them in a bag with some, what's that stuff called, that bubble wrap, and none of them were damaged. They all came in really well, so I'm really pleased with that. So I'm just doing a few of the little gardens, the plant gardens, because I really like these. There's another one here, and that one's doing well as well. And as you can see, it's 21 here today. I don't know if you can see that. And 55 humidity. I've got this fan set up now so I can give some air. And my husband, bless him, he's actually ordered me a humidifier. So when it gets really hot and, you know, the humidity drops, I can at least give it some humidity, because I've actually got coming, and I'm so excited, my very first Vanda. I managed to find one on Trade Me, which is our local version of eBay. Bloke sent it on Monday, and it's Thursday today, so I'm getting quite anxious because it hasn't arrived yet. And it's my first Vanda, and it's an orange spotted one, and my first pansy orchid. I can't remember the botanical name for that, but it's called a pansy orchid. They're both in flowers, so I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that they've still got their flowers when they get here. So anyway, we'll see. So this is probably the last video now before Christmas. So I wish everybody, all my subscribers and anybody who watches my videos, a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and happy orchid growing. Bye.